You want to go to the gym, don't you? That's a thought I had for a very long time. It was a constant, I want to go to the gym. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to be big and strong. I want to be able to, have a great body. I want to be able to, have my bicep fill up my shirt. And I'm not there yet. I won't lie. I haven't achieved my dream body. However, I am leagues further than most men my age, right? To actually achieving my dream body. Because what I've found is there are three types of men. One type of men that actually go to the gym, even at like the ripe age of 16, right? They go to the gym, they eat healthy, they're focused, they understand what to do, when to do it, how to do it, right? They have extreme routines for whenever they're at the gym. They have like a diet that they follow, maybe not just their macros, but like specific foods they'll eat and specific foods they'll avoid. They'll be having like a protein shake every day and shit. Second type of boy is the boy who will still go to the gym and like work out, and maybe they're really fucking strong. And if you're really strong, you know what, sure, you're stronger than me. If that's what you're going for, that's whatever. But they'll still be like large, right? Or like really small. They're not, even though they seem to go to the gym more than the guy that actually goes and diets and shit, like the first guy, they seem to still be like just under them. Maybe in terms of strength, maybe in terms of fit, like just overall like looks, maybe in terms of all these things. Even if it looks like they're constantly going to the gym, right? The third boy, this is what I'm 90% sure you are right now. It's the kind of kid who will sit down and, if you found this video, then obviously you've had thoughts about going to the gym, right? Like you've thought about it. You've thought about, oh, I want to get big muscles and all that, right? And you've thought about it. But you never seem to find yourself actually at the gym, right? It's always some sort of excuse. Ooh, I don't have the money to do it. Ooh, what if I get hurt? Ooh, it's too far away. If you're the third type of guy, don't go to, because usually it's in steps. You'll be the third guy who doesn't go to the gym. Then you'll go to the gym every now and then, but you'll still be eating like shit, not sleeping enough. Then there's the first guy, the paragon, the number one, who's going to the gym, who's constantly like grinding, making sure they're eating right, making sure they're sleeping well, all this, all that, right? You want to be the first guy, because if you're the third guy, you're not going to get any amount of respect. I'm telling you, you're not going to get a bit of respect. If you can barely pick up a weight and like know what to do with it, like if you look at a dumbbell and you kind of understand that you should curl it, but you don't know anything about like tricep extensions or like shoulder presses or anything like that, then that's not a bad thing, because we all start somewhere. It's a good thing that you found this video and are willing to change, right? You're willing to get to be that first person. You need to start taking the steps to do that. You need to start researching. You need to start finding people who also go to the gym. And you have to start eating and sleeping correctly. There's so many people out there who will say, oh, I mean, it doesn't really matter what you eat as long as, you're getting enough protein, as long as you're getting enough, like you're in your macros. But I don't think any of those people are actually healthy, right? Because if you see people that are constantly chowing down on McDonald's or Popeyes or KFC or any of these things, and sure, they might look jacked, but they're gonna get like diabetes. You have to understand to treat your body well if you're gonna be tearing it apart to make it bigger, because your body cannot do certain things, especially if you don't have sleep. Sleep is one of the most important things that society has just forgotten. I make sure to, at the bare minimum, always get 7 hours of sleep. I have this app on my phone. If you don't have it, you should get it right now. It's called Sleep Cycle. This isn't like a paid advertisement or something. I've genuinely just been using it for a bit, and like the thing it does is that it'll wake you up in stages. So you'll set like a time period you want to be woken up at. For me, it's 5:30 to 6, and it'll like buzz once at 5:30, and then that'll kind of like make you a little cognizant, and then like it'll start to buzz in increments. And then once you get to like 5 minutes before your actual like wake up, you have to be up time, it'll start like softly playing like an alarm, and then it'll grow in terms of volume, right? I think it's very useful. If you don't have it, you should really get it. I don't have any like affiliate link or anything, but I think you should get it. I got into the gym because I have one friend who was really into it. Like I met him in like grade 9, so the first year of high school. And from grade 9 to grade 10, the entire friend group was like these kind of like fat or skinny fat, like losers really. But I saw him change over like grade 10 to grade 11, right? And he went from being one of the most like unattractive dudes I've known ever, really. This guy went from being ugly to pulling constantly. He can't keep women off his dick. And so I was like, okay. The only thing he said he changed is that he was treating his body pretty well, and that he was lifting weights. I was like, you know what? Okay. Has his gym in his apartment. I'm like, okay, let me tag along one time. He said, okay. I go down. Pretty far journey to where his house is, but get there, and I am shitting myself, man. When I tell you, walking into that gym, I was terrified. All I'd known about the gym were these like cartoon stereotypes of these big rugged men like pumping millions of pounds with like massive biceps and shit, and that they'd be like picking on you, almost like they're just bullies but stronger. That's what I imagined gyms were. But I walked in, and sure, there were some really big dudes, but everyone in the gym, for the most part, I'm sure there's like at every gym one outlier, but everyone in the gym doesn't have time to be focusing on fucking with you, right? They don't have, they care about their own body. That's why they're there. They're not going to start attacking you for no reason, right? So we got into the gym, and we decided, okay, we're gonna run a mile on the treadmill. I could barely run 100 meters, much less a mile. But you know, we get on the treadmill, and we start running. And this is what you have to do. If you're not going to the gym now, you have to start going with someone. It could be anyone that you even have the slight inclination to compete with. Because I swear, if I am in the gym alone, I can't be fucking asked to run a mile, right? It's too much time. It just hurts my lungs. All this, that. Those are things I've said to myself, even though I've been going to the gym very consistently, right? But the first day I ever walked into a gym, I ran a mile in like under 10 minutes, which isn't great, but for a beginner, I really respect it. The only reason I was able to run for that long, or that fast, was because I had this guy beside me that I was fed up with, man. Like, thinking about it now, I'm still fed up with the guy because he's still in better shape than I am. But it's like, he was so much above me that I hated that. And we were still friends, but I hated him for being that far above me. And I didn't want to be seen as a bitch. So I kept running. And I wound up beating him, right? Even though this guy was jacked, like, he's jacked. Especially compared to me. Like, me, I'm pretty small, right? But this guy was jacked. And then throughout that entire workout, nobody said anything rude to us. It was genuinely shocking because I had been so prepared to be like cussed out or something for lifting too low of a weight. But it's like, no. Because once you start going to the gym, you start to realize literally everyone was like that when they first started going. Everyone had that notion that we've been taught, that the gym is scary. You know, your gym class, and there was people just throwing dodgeballs in chaos. But it's not like that. It is a bunch of people that are driven and focused to lift the weight or run the mile specifically to become better. It is one of the best places you can be. My favorite time of day now is at the gym because I am both surrounded by people who are super driven, and I am also doing something that's fun. Because that's the other thing that people tell you about the gym. They say, oh, well, I mean, I don't like the gym. It's hard work. If you want anything good in life, you're going to have to do the hard work. So you have to view it as fun. And to a certain extent, even just on an intrinsic level. At least for me. Everyone's different. But for me, when I'm laying down and I'm pressing, like I'm on a bench press and I'm pushing the weight, I'm alive. Because if I fail to do that one last rep, it's like a competition with yourself, almost. Because if you fail to do that one last rep that you did last time, you're just a bitch, aren't you? That's how I view it, and I find it very fun. As I mentioned earlier, this guy lived very far away from me, so it was not feasible for me to be going to his apartment after school to go, lift on fairly limited equipment, right? So I decided to get a membership at a commercial gym, right? I got the premium membership so we could go together, and it felt like a massive step. I'm paying money to go somewhere and then do something that 90% of the population is scared of. That's what you have to understand. If you're not going to the gym, it's unless you have a damn good reason for it. Like if you're going to a funeral, then sure, maybe take like a day off the squats, right? But if you're just sitting there scrolling and you're like, oh, I'm not sure about going to the gym, I might get hurt, there might be micro tears in my muscles. Shut the fuck up. You're scared. That's what you are. That's the long and short of it. If you're that afraid of something, then you don't want what comes with it. Yeah. If you're too afraid of taking risks, you're not going to make it. If you're too afraid of going to the gym, you're not going to get big. If you're too afraid of talking to that girl, you're not going to get her. It's that simple. What you have to do to consistently go to the gym is something I talked about in my second last video, like the one I made before the one I just made. You have to be constantly thinking. I go more in depth into it there, but the way I got into a better mindset really about going to the gym. I constantly, when I'm at school, or for some of you it might be work, but for most of you it'll probably be school, I wake up and the first thing I do after I step in the shower is be like, okay, what day is it today? Is it push? Is it pull? Is it legs? Oh, it's pull. I can't wait to do some bicep curls. Those are my favorite exercise. Because I have weak biceps and I need to get them bigger. That's how you have to act. If you actually want something, you have to constantly be wishing you were doing it. You can't just be like, I really want to have a six-pack, but I don't want to eat the healthy food. That's not how it works. The next thing you should do, if you're genuinely serious about getting a better body and consistently going to the gym, is what I've done is on this, I made a separate Gmail. And then I have 6, I'm not sure how well you can see them, I have 6 different Google Docs. Right? One of them is for these video ideas, one of them is for my goals, one of them is for my workouts, and then what really matters is your routine, right? Some people don't even think that a routine actually matters, but think about it. What's the one time you were ever excited for something you had to do? It would have been a class you really liked, right? Because in school you have timetables. For me, when it's almost time for, guitar class, I'm excited. Right? Even though it kind of hurts, man. Like, I've got calluses on my fingers from holding the strings down. Kind of hurts, but I'm excited for it. You can't be excited for something you have to do if you don't have anything telling you have to do it other than your mind. So I have this. It's very bare bones. 6 a.m. wake up. 6:05, shower, deodorant, all that. 6:20 get a coffee, make your bed, 5-minute meditation, gratitude journal. 7 in the morning, write it. 7 a.m. work on a script for a video or read a book. I'm reading How to Win Friends and Influence People right now. Pretty good read. I'll have a review up on it later. 8 a.m. I go out for school. 3:15 p.m. I go home, eat a pre-workout meal, and I go to the gym. I wake up at 6 thinking, I can't wait to go to the gym today. And I have to go through something I don't like, which is school, for 7 hours. Do you think I'm really going to skip the gym if I've been forced to go through something I don't like for 7 hours and I've been telling myself I want to go to the gym for those 7 hours? No. Since I've started doing this, I have not missed a day. Right? So that's what you really have to do. You have to be constantly thinking about it and pair that with a solid routine that you follow to the utmost of your ability. And that's really all you have to do. That's about all I have for you today. Keep doing the hard work.